Rap royalty is being rocked by a full-fledged courtroom bombshell that was just released in the hip-hop industry. What happens when a great rapper tries to expose his long-standing rivals? Cameron just cast the ultimate shade, and we're talking about revealing Jim Jones's family in a court file that's so explosive that it's affecting everyone from Hollywood to Harlem. What dirty laundry did Cameron unearth, and how far will this dispute go? Spoiler alert! It's more juicy than reality TV. Is this the biggest betrayal the game has seen in years, or is it just another day in the brutal world of rap drama? Reconnection with unexpected turns that will make you want to stay because we're going to reveal every salacious detail, even the receipts and the potentially disastrous fallout. Careers, I promise you won't want to miss this. Get your popcorn ready because the truth is going to get loud, messy, and downright barbaric. Let's get started. Hold on tight as we examine what Cameron is revealing in this startling court petition. This isn't simply a trivial family dispute or an old-school rap feud that has been repeated for clicks. Rather, it's a full-scale legal expose with accusations. At the center of the storm, Jim Jones, Harlem's own rapper turned mogul, and his entire family circle. Cameron's file depicts a close-knit family enterprise that's so intense that they're virtually begging for a Netflix series. Supposedly founded on a foundation of fraud, corruption, and blatant deceit, rather than just music and prosperity. Recall the days of the Dipset, the legendary crew that restored Harlem's place on the hip-hop world. Jim Jones is renowned for his image of accomplishment, and loyalty was created by gritted lyrics and streetwise hustle. But Cameron's petition asserts that the image is actually a carefully crafted facade concealing a darker reality. What's the dirt exactly? According to the family of Cameron, Jim Jones allegedly been running a number of phony firms that merely appear on paper but transfer millions of dollars through intricate money laundering techniques. One of the alleged enterprises appears to be a legitimate real estate investment firm with high-rise buildings, prime Harlem locations, and a consistent flow of investors, but Cameron claims that he looked further with assistance from insider information shows strange wire transfers, inflated property prices, and ghost transactions that indicate the money isn't coming from the place where Jim Jones says insiders supposedly gave Cameron leaked bank statements that reveal millions of dollars in mysterious transactions that are frequently followed by swift withdrawals to offshore accounts in the Caribbean and Europe. And that's only the beginning. The lawsuit also charges a number of the messages clear. This isn't a one-man show. The entire family is supposedly involved in maintaining this magnificent house of collusion. Some family members are named directly, while others are mentioned anonymously. Cards, but it goes beyond dubious financial transactions. According to the records, some family members were coerced into silence by threats of disinheritance or public humiliation. When things began to fall apart, disgraced others were allegedly set up as scapegoats. When family loyalty is used as a cover for criminal activity, you're looking at a toxic environment that extends far beyond rap drama. The document details clandestine gatherings at private residences where relatives vehemently debate how to handle the fallout, with some demanding complete cooperation with law enforcement and others demanding complete silence at all costs. Stories about lavish spending, pricey automobiles, private jets, and costly parties that are funded with the same funds that may be connected to these illegal activities further muddy the narrative. Activities according to an unnamed source. There was a party where the champagne flowed like water, designer labels dominated the space, and the atmosphere was one of falsehoods and nothing mattered. Fans recall Jim Jones as the self-assured, larger-than-life character who threw $100 bills in music videos and had an extravagant lifestyle. However, Cameron's lawsuit raises an important question. How sustainable is that lifestyle if it's supported by illegal activity? And more significantly, how long can the family maintain this facade in the face of growing legal scrutiny? Naturally, legal experts who have examined portions of the file off the record feel they point out that if investigators uncover even a small portion of what Cameron says, the entire family may be the subject of numerous investigations ranging from tax fraud to racketeering. facing severe accusations that might completely destroy their empire. Of course, Cameron's revelation wasn't unexpected. For years, there have been rumors and whispers regarding Jim Jones's family's financial situation. No one had the courage or the documentation to go public until now, and you guessed it, this court filing. Industry insiders have long feared that beneath the dazzling image is a web of covered transactions that aren't necessarily kosher. Leaked weeks before Jim Jones's eagerly awaited record release, sending shockwaves through the music industry. Is it a calculated power move by Cameron to take the limelight, or is it a sincere plea for justice and the truth? The argument continues. Here are the shocking court documents. In response, Jim Jones and his team have redoubled their denial, calling the filing a witch hunt without merit and accused Cameron of attempting to rekindle an old conflict in order to remain relevant. Don't lie, and media outlets, fans, and legal experts are already analyzing these documents. Social media is a war, with hot hashtags like Tro Jim Jones revealed and Intra Cameron court battle. Alongside somber threads examining the possible repercussions, memes ridiculing opulent Dipset lifestyles are making the rounds as followers take sides. Some ardent supporters deny that their hero could have engaged in any illegal activity, while others argue the time has come for the truth to be revealed, and not only fans but also artists are quietly commenting behind the scenes. According to certain insiders, they are astonished but not surprised by the accusations made against the once close-knit Harlem community. As this legal drama plays out, the rap community is now split and alliances are changing. All eyes are on the courthouse, and what happens next could alter not only Jim Jones' legacy, but the entire Dipset brand that has been influenced for nearly 20 years. Will this family weather the storm, or will Cameron's charges cause the empire to fall apart? The next section will delve into the juicy facts from claims that have been released. We'll find the crazy stories that didn't make headlines, the secret meetings, the hush money, and the power struggles behind the scenes. I promise, thanks to anonymous insider confessions and the public's explosive response to this crisis. Want to catch up? This legal struggle continues where we left off, and it's not your typical courtroom drama. Cameron's filing reads like a thriller, full with shocking revelations, covered videos, and cash trails that appear to come right out of a Hollywood crime movie. So let's begin by discussing the money before getting into the juicy aspects that have everyone talking behind closed doors and trending on social media. Since the true skeletons are undoubtedly lying there. According to private documents that were given directly to Cameron's close associates, the Jim Jones family is said to run a complex web of, according to the filing allegations, shell organizations pose as genuine companies in order to conceal the true source of cash flows through a confusing web of accounts. One insider requested to remain anonymous. Investigators were informed by an unknown person claiming to have worked on the family's financial management team that on some evenings, wire transfers from nonsensical locations, that is, LLCs that aren't even real, would arrive. Set up for money laundering, this source continued by detailing exorbitant spending sprees that were out of proportion to the income that Jim Jones publicly stated. We're talking about luxury cars, private yachts, and exotic holidays. Leaked bank records provide even more damaging evidence. While family members allegedly received large bonuses without any apparent economic rationale, further solidifying a culture of secrecy and greed. A $3 million transfer from a Caribbean account into a real estate holding business situated in New York is purportedly depicted in one file, while another document shows that there is no valid reason for the transaction. Other cash withdrawals totaling more than $500,000 in a single month were all reported as suspicious activity, but oddly, they were not looked into at the time. The petition also claims that other further complicating matters. Cameron's legal team claims that family members used false identities to obtain many credit lines and shell accounts in an effort to conceal assets and avoid paying taxes. But here's the real kicker. The court document cites a number of audio recordings that were supposedly taken by anonymous whistleblowers and purport to document private discussions between Jim Jones and his closest family members. In these recordings, voices can be heard talking about hush payments, off-the-books transactions, and schemes to keep everyone silent while the money flowed. One video that was purportedly leaked to the media but was never confirmed shows a family member saying, "If anyone who speaks up loses everything, this isn't just business, it's survival." The eerie tone depicts a family that is controlled by intimidation and fear, including the Jim Jones family. Insiders connected to the rap industry have been giving clues about these charges, which the camp has rejected as fabrications and distortions. One seasoned producer informed a source, "I've heard whispers about some questionable. I'm not surprised family money gets involved in behind-the-scenes transactions, but no one has the proof yet." Meanwhile, a former Dipset associate who asked to remain anonymous told us messy everywhere, but this seems like a whole other level. It's truly depressing, and local Harlem officials and community activists aren't the only ones responding. They've begun to voice their concerns about how, according to one community organizer, Harlem's history is rich, and we don't need a scandal like this overshadowing it. These accusations could harm the neighborhood's reputation. Several businesses connected to the Jones family have reportedly started to distance themselves from the filing, which has shocked the family's business associates for everything the community has worked for behind the scenes. Discreetly withdrawing sponsorships and collaborations to stay out of the scandal, according to sources, business partners have been discussing damage management and how to handle a "speaking of the feds" whispering. One insider disclosed that they are attempting to determine which contracts to cancel and who to blame in the event that the federal government gets involved, creating a PR disaster that might escalate out of control. Despite the lack of public declarations, rumors of a federal probe have been spreading. A government source with knowledge of the matter revealed that the FBI and IRS are among the agencies that have taken in while expressing interest in the case. The source warned that investigations are still in their early phases and suggested that financial anomalies found in the file mirror patterns we look for in cases involving money laundering and tax fraud. Back on the streets, supporters of Jim Jones and Cameron have escalated this into a full-fledged cultural battle, with comment sections and forums exploding with vehement disputes. Some have accused Cameron of treachery, while others have called Jim Jones. Even rappers who are not directly participating in the mafia-style operation have commented on social media, with some openly supporting Cameron's pursuit of truth and accountability and others subtly criticizing it. One particularly popular tweet summed it perfectly. "In the midst of all the mayhem, it's evident that this controversy is about more than just rap. It's a warning about how power works. It comes to a head when hip-hop luminaries begin revealing family dysfunction like a reality show. Money and familial relationships may become dangerously entangled, and as the story progresses, it's unclear how deep the rabbit hole will go, whether new characters will emerge, whether additional leaks will appear, or whether the family will be able to stop the fire before it consumes them all. We're only beginning." The last section will explain the consequences, the legal disputes that lie ahead, possible resignations, government investigations, and the public outcry that might make or break the Jones family history. You won't want to miss what comes next. The fallout from Cameron's shocking court case is completely changing the Harlem hip-hop scene, and going beyond the public is eagerly observing the drama unfolding on all music fronts as the formerly close-knit Dipset family is now shattered, the business empire rattled, and let's start with the legal complaint. Caused a barrage of reactions, with Jim Jones' legal team launching a flurry of motions to dismiss, claiming the allegations were merely strategic, unsubstantiated, and defamatory. Nevertheless, the pressure is growing. Subpoenas for financial information have already been approved by a number of judges, and the courtroom is getting ready for a full-fledged discovery procedure that may involve various family members and associates. Focused legal experts following this case suggest that if the authorities are able to obtain Cameron's financial records, it might become one of the biggest celebrity-related financial scandals in recent history. There could be disastrous repercussions from the leaked records, including bank statements and audio recordings, including heavy fines and criminal penalties. Meanwhile, insiders claim that internal disputes within the Jones family. A growing number of insiders disclose that some important family members are discreetly separating from Jim Jones out of concern that their own involvement may be revealed. One source informed us that there is a great deal of tension as people pick sides, and some are getting ready to work with investigators to protect themselves. This has resulted in rumors of possible defections and closed deals with. If prosecutors made a move that could completely change the course of the investigation, imagine formerly devoted family members becoming witnesses in a courtroom drama worthy of a Netflix series. The public backlash would be severe. Less dramatic, the hip-hop community is split. While some supporters praise Cameron for exposing corruption and defending the truth, others claim that this incident tarnishes the heritage of Dipset and Harlem's rich rap history. Rekindled discussions about the value of loyalty and the repercussions of combining family and business. In the middle of the turmoil, Jim Jones's brand alliances are suffering greatly, and key sponsors have started to removing their advertisements and endorsements due to brand safety concerns. According to insiders and advertising agencies, businesses don't want to be linked to legal crises in the current social media environment, regardless of how well known the Jim Jones and his crew are under additional pressure due to this financial strain, which could have an impact on future record releases, tours, and business endeavors. According to one insider, when the Jim Jones's pals disclosed that he is under a great deal of stress, and one confidant stated, "This is not just about business, it's a personal nightmare family drama spilling into the personal life of Jim Jones." Despite the chaos, Jim Jones has been spotted conducting meetings with leading PR consultants and legal advisors to plan a return. Being in the spotlight is painful, and it's weighing heavily on him. And restored his reputation, there have been rumors of a documentary on the scandal, but nothing formal has been confirmed. In the meanwhile, Cameron has positioned himself as the person who came forward with the information and had the courage to retract the closing the book on a family business with dubious roots. His camp has been quiet in public, but has been working behind the scenes, meeting with investigators and getting ready for what could be a drawn-out legal struggle. Some believe that Cameron's timing was deliberate and that he may be using this lawsuit to further his own agenda within the Harlem rap hierarchy in addition to seeking justice. In any case, his action has made it quite evident that no family outside of the courtroom, community leaders, and Harlem residents are preparing for the long-term ramifications, while secrets are secure and no empire is untouchable. One community organizer told us, "This crisis has put Harlem under a sense the community cannot afford to be split by this. We believe that the microscope will bring about both accountability and healing." At the same time, local organizations and youth initiatives are said to be concerned about funding as sponsors reevaluate their participation because of the scandal surrounding one of the most well-known figures in Harlem. The media circus surrounding the case has even triggered privacy debates. Loyalty and the delicate balance between sensationalism and the public interest. Critics contend that artists' private life should be kept private. Therefore, until then, keep your eyes open and your ears alert. The reality in the hip-hop industry is stranger than fiction, always.